I'm Anita Casalina, and this is Earth 2.0. Racial profiling by police has become a huge and deadly issue in America. More and more, it seems like black men and women are swiftly killed by police in situations that would never occur if those people were not black. As we continue to examine underlying emotions and motivations in police officers, like fear or outright hatred, it helps us when an incident that could have gone badly ends up with a positive outcome. This story begins in the very white town of Tiburon, California, where a young black couple, Yema Khalif and his wife Hawi Awash, had opened a clothing store to sell their own brand of colorful clothes. Late one evening, Yema, Hawi, and a friend were reorganizing some of the merchandise when a police officer came to the door. Here's some of what transpired. What happened that brought you all of this attention?
We were here at the store just working on Thursday, and then the day before we had received some new inventory, and we went up to the house that Thursday night. We were just eating dinner, hanging out with a friend that was visiting, and then the friend wanted to come and pick up a few things because he's worked with us previously in terms of taking inventory and things like that. He's from DC, he had a flight the next morning. So because we had worked the night before, we're like, oh yeah, we can just go down to the store. No big deal, we do it all the time in the middle of the night. So we came down here, tried on a couple of things, moved a couple of things around, and then we were all standing by the register just talking when we noticed a cop car circling our store, driving very slowly, taking a lap, coming back, doing that 3 or 4 times, going across the street, parking to observe for 15-20 minutes.
15 or 20 minutes?
Yeah.
And you had all the lights on?
All of the lights are on. We were all visibly standing where he could see all 3 of us as he's driving by, nothing fishy going on. We did have a couple boxes and some products like on the counter, but we weren't really moving that much, so everything was visible. But at that point, when he started circling the first time, it was fine. We just thought he was patrolling, which is great, doing his job. And then he circled the second time, and we're like, oh, what's going on here? The third time, and you're like, what's really going on? Okay, he's probably gonna come and knock. So he stops on the other side, and we're like, okay, he's gonna come soon. So we're just waiting for him to come and say, what's going on, or whatever it is that he's thinking.
Hey guys, I've never seen you open this late.
Yeah.
You just restocking?
No, just doing our thing.
Just doing your thing? What's your thing?
What's up?
Well, I've never seen anyone in the store this late.
Is there a problem?
Okay, baby.
No, just chill, chill. Is that a problem?
No, sir, there's no problem. I've never seen anyone in the store this late. I wanted to come check in, make sure
There's
everything's
no
okay.
problem going on.
Until you can give me a lawful reason why you're here.
I'm not going to tell you anything. You're going to bring your supervisor, you bring your supervisor.
He's coming right now. He's right here.
Okay, you tell him to come talk to me.
He's on his way.
Okay, where's your supervisor?
He's right there.
Okay, tell him to come then.
Okay.
Yeah. Supervisor, how are you doing?
That's right. How are you?
You came 3 of you guys. What's going on? What's the problem? There's 3 black people in the store. What's the problem?
Every time a black man or a black woman is about to get stopped, usually you see cops fishing for whatever it is.
For whatever might be happening.
Exactly. So you see them to start circling you. You see them, stop and observe. So then you're mentally already prepared. Okay, they're gonna pull me over. They're gonna stop. They're gonna ask questions. So mentally we were prepared for that.
There's 3 people in the store in the middle of the night. We are doing what we're supposed to do. We're looking out for our community.
Okay.
That's all we're doing.
Okay.
That's it.
You're looking out for my community. That's
Yes.
what you mean to say.
If this is your store, you're part
No,
of our
if
community.
this is my store. I've already told you it's my store. Don't use the word if.
Okay.
I've told you it's my store.
Okay, then we're looking out for
don't
your
use the word
community.
if. Okay.
Do you want us to look out for your
I
community,
do
or do
want
you
you
want
to-
us to let anybody just walk in here at 2 o'clock in the morning and steal all your stuff?
I want you to look out for my community.
You sure?
Yeah,
Because you
sure.
don't sound like you're very grateful.
No,
You
no, no.
sound like you're very defensive.
No, I do not sound defensive.
Really?
Hey.
Come on now.
Calm
You're
down.
being very defensive.
No, calm down.
My officer is
Calm
doing
down.
his job.
Your officer's not doing his job.
Yes, he is.
Listen.
Yes, he is.
Listen.
He is doing his job.
And Yema has had lots of experiences living in Tiburon for the past 10 years. with police officers, asking him to identify himself.
You've lived here 10 years. I didn't realize how long you'd lived here. And during that 10-year period of time, these police officers haven't gotten to know you.
I don't know about them, but all I know is like a lot of people in the community know who I am. You know, just going by the things that, you know, I do in the community, you know, whether it's working with most of their children in their schools, you know, volunteer my time, teaching them about, you know, the different, you know, how life is in Africa, and just try to expand, you know, their perspectives and their thinking about, you know, what the other side of the world looks like and how people relate to each other and whatnot. And, you know, also we've been in the local paper because we've had this brand for the last 4 years, and we've been in the local paper for, you know, 5-6 times, front pages and whatnot. So a lot of people know who we are, you know, and you know, it's just shocking to me that, you know, that kind of thing would, you know, would happen.
I want to wrap up this one with you. We're wasting time. So what's going on? What's up? What's the next step?
Can you just
This is my store. Okay, okay.
Yes,
listen.
yes, that's a perfect thing.
Okay, okay.
You know what? Put the key in the door and we're out of here.
Yeah.
Put the key in the door?
Put the key in the door. If this is your store, you have the
No,
key in the
no,
door.
I'm telling you.
There you go.
Stand back, please.
There you
Do
go.
not raise your voice at me. Okay?
Put the key in the door.
Don't
we're
raise
outta
your
here.
voice at me. Just chill. I'm gonna put my key in the door.
What's that? That's your store. Thank you very much. That's all I need to know.
Like I said, the whole experience is, you know, was just, you know, crazy because we never expected that to happen. You know, we just came down to do work, and, you know, we always work late. And, you know, we don't need to call the police and tell them, hey, we're working late tonight every time we work late. You know, like, that's not our job.
Right.
And, you know, we own the space, and we can work whatever, like all the other merchants in Tiburon do, you know. Most of them, you know, they've come in and they've told us they work late, up to 5, 4 in the morning, 6 in the morning, and for the last 15, 20 years, and nobody has ever knocked on their door to ask what they're doing and to prove if they own the store.
How did you feel during the encounter? What was your feeling about it?
From the get-go, yeah, I just knew it was racial profiling, you know. You know, judging by the events leading up to the exchange, you know, they circled the block multiple times. If it was a welfare check, like right now we are in here just minding our business, like, you know, if the police thinks there's something wrong, they come check out the first time. They don't circle the block multiple times. You know, that's a form of intimidation.
Did he apologize when he left?
There was no apology. It was just like after the white men say, hey, they own the store, they
said, this is all we wanted to know, and turned and walked away.
Do not raise your voice at me. Okay?
Put the key in the door.
Don't
we're
raise
outta
your
here.
voice at me. Just chill. I'm gonna put my key in the door.
What's that? Thank you very much. That's all I need to know. Thank you. See ya.
Hey, so you get a what, man?
Oh my God.
It's crazy, yeah.
Can you put the key in the door?
I'm not gonna put the key in the door. He already
Your
told
chief
you,
of
your
police
chief of
said
police is walking
that's
away.
done.
That's your supervisor.
Okay,
He said
walk
walk
away.
away.
You,
Walk away.
you also walk away.
Any police officer who's ever done a patrol would know about this store.
Absolutely.
And would probably look through the windows and see, oh, look, those are the shop owners.
Right.
You know, so that's been part of the big shock. And you've gotten a huge amount of support locally, and it seems like nationally as well, and a lot of people are posting internationally. So we're getting comments. I just got comments on Facebook from as far away as Australia and New Zealand and Europe. So how does that felt to you to get that kind of attention?
I'm personally humbled by it. I feel like there are amazing members of the community, both here and across the board, that are very kind and have good hearts and really recognize the fight for justice, equality, racial equality. And I think it's really important that, you know, us sharing our story has opened doors for many others to share theirs. And I think we've really figured out a way how to make all of this productive so that we can have these meaningful conversations, so that we can try and understand our internal biases, right? Whether that is a police officer patrolling the community or just ourselves being on the outside and not having the sense of community to go out and meet our local merchants, meet our neighbors. And I think that conversation has really been started, and I think it's really moving in the right direction. And I'm really excited to see the results of all of this productive dialogue.
The results are really amazing, actually, because the police officer who first came to the door has now resigned based on the public pressure that got generated by a petition, and there have been protest marches, and to see something like that as an example for the whole world, like we come together, our voices are heard, and there's a reaction. Action is taken in the direction that we have hoped for.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. That is one of the biggest things that has come out of this, and I think for the right reasons, right? People are really taking this conversation into their homes, helping their children gain perspective. Our town is so small that I think we could actually, if we figure out a way to create long-lasting policy changes within the community, we can be a phenomenal example for the rest of the nation. And maybe people will start, to follow this lead and figure out how they can police better, how they can establish systems that protect every single member of the community and not make anybody feel like they're an outcast.
Your business has a big symbolism about love, and what is the name of it? The Joyful Human?
Good, Joyful Human.
Good, Joyful Human. And the symbolism all over your clothing?
Yeah, a lot of it deals with love, deals with equality, deals with good vibes, protection. That's like all of the motifs are inspired by 16th century Ethiopia, so we've tried to incorporate all of these different elements. We are a part of this community, and we are trying to bring more love, more energy, beauty, color, vibrance into the town, and it's important for people to recognize that we're only able to do that if we all work together. But if we have police harassing us for no reason, then that creativity gets stopped, and we're not able to bring the kind of love and diversity and beauty that we want to share with the world. Mm-hmm. So this shirt here has Ethiopian characters here, and when you put the letters together, they read love, which is really important. And then here you've got a male face with a mustache and a female face with lipstick. That symbolizes equality, good vibes, and protection. And it has like the Ethiopian colors, which are the green, yellow, and red. And Ethiopia is also very well known for coffee. And we have this thing called the jebena, which is right here. You'll see it all around. A jebena is a symbol of community, because in Ethiopian culture, you never make coffee for yourself. You always make coffee for your community. And that coffee ceremony is a time where you come together, you discuss issues, you try and figure out what's ailing you, so that together you can come up with resolutions. And that is what this jebena symbolizes, and which is why we put it on here, because it's an important way of showing the love for community.
So there's just no way that this isn't going to move forward in love and peace and joy for the two of you. Everything that you've ever done has brought you to this place, and the fact that this event happened, this incident happened, is a call for help, or an unveiling of something that needs to be healed. And that's how all of these are. They're all the things that are going on with climate change. It's all calls. All a call for healing and help. And you're already just beautifully positioned to be a part of that with everything that you have in your symbolism and in your hearts. I can see and everything that you have in your hearts already. So thank you so much for being here and doing this and being in this light. You're like a lighthouse in this corner with all this glass around you. So I'm just really, really happy. We'll follow along and see how things go for the two of you, but I see really bright light in your future.
Thank you so much. Yeah, this has been really, really awesome, and we appreciate every single support we've gotten from across the board. And I agree with you. I think maybe this was a calling, and maybe we were called to do this because we are able to change lives.
Yema and Hawi's story has inspired people around the globe to speak up against racial profiling by police or by anyone. Our voices do have power, and we can make a difference. The irony here is that all the Yema clothing is designed with deep and ancient symbolism as reminders to create a kinder and more peaceful world. Now that Hawi and Yema have the attention of so many people, we hope their message will be heard.